Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. I'm Mads and this is Mads' Reading, and today is my very sad September reading wrap up. But to make up for the sad wrap up, I do have a nicely sized book haul for y'all. Some of them are the books that I got in August that I wasn't able to show in the last video because they weren't at my apartment. They were shipped to my parents' house. Anyways, here are the books that I read in September, the books that I got in September, and the books that I hope, cross my fingers, that I can read in October, because mark my words, October is going to be a better reading month. I think it was a bad reading month because I'm getting used to my new school schedule and we're still getting everything set up here. I was still kind of getting used to working and doing school at the same time. And it was also, there was a lot going on in my family too that I just needed to kind of travel back and forth a lot in September. So this month I will be able to relax a little bit more and just get used to my schedule and everything. My drink of choice for today is my hot spiced chai, and I think spiced chai is honestly my favorite hot drink. And the vibes are just perfect. And I am in a little bit of a new setup. We got our apartment decorated. So here I am. This also means that there are no more Chipotle boxes used as a TV stand. We have a bookshelf and we're using it for a TV stand and it looks glorious. Everything is starting to feel right at home. Anyways, I'll move on. First up, I read Thieves' Gambit by Kavion Lewis. If you want my kind of full in-depth review on this, I do have a video diving into this. This book came out on September 26th and I was fortunate enough to win the advanced reader's copy from Penguin Teen. And this book is honestly just so good. It is about this thieving competition that our main character Rosalind has to join, not by choice, in order to fix a mistake she made on a previous job. So she joins this competition and things just really go wrong a lot. I swear, with each new phase they do, there's always something going wrong, and Rosalind just figures a lot out about herself and her family in this book, and it's just really insane. So I adore this book. There is a hint of romance, but it's mainly a YA thriller, some mystery. It's just so amazing. Once again, I have a full in-depth review without spoilers on my channel. I can link that video to this one and you should go check it out. I rated it a 4 stars. It was so good. The next, and unfortunately final book I read this month was The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Guys, this book, I get the hype. I get the hype. I don't know why I didn't read this sooner. If you love Criminal Minds and you love YA, you will love this book. I'm telling you. This book is about this girl, Cassie, who gets inducted into this special program within the FBI that focuses on these kids with these natural talents within FBI work. So we have Cassie, who's a profiler. We have another profiler. We have somebody who can detect lies, somebody who reads emotions, and then Sloane, who, I don't remember what she felt like a human computer. She really was the Spencer Reid of the book. It was just so good. Cassie is inducted into this program and their main goal is to just figure out these old cold cases, but there is this active case that pops up that Cassie kind of has to get involved in, and it's insane. You even get these chapters within the mind of the serial killer and they're like eerily creepy and like they freak you out so much, but they're so good. Like, I'm almost worried how well Jennifer Lynn Barnes was able to get into the mind of a serial killer. Like, slightly concerning. But this book is so good. There is a love triangle in it, and I didn't love that, but like, I really wasn't in it for the romance. So I think I was able to overlook that a little bit more. I was fully here for the mystery and the found family. You get the development of the found family, and I think throughout the rest of the series I'll get to see them grow into like an actual found family. So I just can't wait for that. I do think I have a preference for who Cassie gets with though. Like, I know I'm not really in it for the romance, but by the end you kind of have a favorite. I feel like she has more chemistry with one of the guys than she does the other, and I'm really hoping she gets with a certain one. This book was my favorite read of September. There weren't a lot to choose from, but this was gonna win anyways because I devoured this book. I fell in love with it within the first chapter, and I was just on the couch screaming as I read this. Like, my roommate can attest to it. I was freaking out while I read this book, and I just loved it so much. It was a 5-star read, no doubt. This book was chosen by my Found Family book club for our September pick. So if you want to join this book club, please let me know. Well, I did only read 2 books in September. I did start 4 more. I think that sums up my month. And it's not even like I started them at the end of the month. Some of these I started pretty soon in the month, but I wasn't really able to finish them. No, midway. I say midway. I started these midway through the month. Right after I finished The Naturals, I started Little Women by Louisa May Alcott. I am currently 82 pages into it, and I am annotating it. So that one is gonna take me a little bit longer, and I recognize that. And I really am enjoying this. Like, it's so cute. I can't wait to continue reading this and to see what my annotations look like in the end, because I'm already kind of loving how the tabs are looking. There's my tab system. I can't wait to finish this and show it off. I also started Final Offer by Lauren Asher. I am so close to finishing this one. I mainly read it when I'm on the bus or between classes, but I do have less than 20% left of the book, and guys, it's getting so good. I really do love this book, and I was not expecting that, because if you guys have seen my other wrap-ups, you will know that I didn't love the first 2 books. They were good, they were okay, but this one's hitting different, and I wasn't expecting that because it has tropes that I don't really enjoy, but it's just so good. It's so good, and I can't wait to finish it. I also have 2 books for school that I started, and that is from hashtag Black Lives Matter to Black Liberation by Kianga Yamada Taylor. I think that's how you pronounce it. We mainly just refer to her as Taylor in my class because that's her last name. It's pretty good. I really like the content that's in it. It's just like very slow. It's a very slow read for me. I think it's just the way that it was written. It's just kind of heavy, but I am enjoying it. It's really eye-opening. And so I am really glad that I'm reading this and that I am taking this social justice class. It's just hard to get through. But we put a pause in that book to start this other book, and that is Rehearsals for Living by Robin Maynard and Leanne Simpson. I am honestly enjoying this one a lot more than I am the other one so far. And this one is about these 2 women writing letters to each other. They're both from Canada. One is Black and one is Native American, and they're writing letters during the pandemic about just all these social issues surrounding the Black and Native American communities. I really like their writing so far, and I just think it's really good. So I'm hoping the plan for the class is to finish these 2 in October. That would be really nice because I would have to read 2 books no matter what. That's kind of all the books I started in September that I didn't finish, and the books that I did finish. I hate how I started so many and only finished 2. Okay, if you saw my last reading wrap-up and book haul, I mentioned these books that I got from Barnes & Noble for the 50% off all hardcover sale. In case you don't remember, I couldn't remember which books I got, so I couldn't exactly tell you which books I got from Barnes & Noble. But I have them here now. I was able to get them from my parents' house. I technically didn't buy these in September, but I did get them home in September, so that counts. So these are the books that I got from Barnes & Noble for the 50% off all hardcovers. I got Ander and Santi Were Here by Johnny Garzavilla. I don't even really entirely know what this one is about. I do know it's queer and Hispanic. That's all I really need to know. I mean, it looks really good. I mean, just look at the cover. Okay, the cover is gorgeous. Like, This book's gonna make me cry. And it kind of gives me similar vibes to Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. I do believe that one of the characters is non-binary. And I don't think I've read a book with a non-binary main character. So I'm really looking forward to this book. Also, it's just gorgeous and I think it's gonna make me sob hysterically. And so what else do I really need to know other than that? I can't wait to read it. Next up is a book I have been wanting to get ever since it came out, and that is Stars and Smoke by Marie Lu. This one I kind of know a little bit more about. This one is about the daughter of a criminal tycoon falling in love with a pop star, and I know that sounds very cliche, kind of Wattpad almost, but it's by Marie Lu, so I have 100% faith that I'm gonna love this because it's by Marie Lu, and Marie Lu is one of my favorites. I'm just sure it's gonna be a really good romance because Marie Lu knows how to write a good romance. So glad I got this. It came out really not that long ago, and ever since I saw her talking about it, I knew that I was gonna get it. And then I have Blade Breaker by Victoria Aveyard. This is the sequel to Realm Breaker. I have yet to read that, and I think I've talked about it in quite a few of my videos. I feel like it's always kind of on my TBR, but it's just intimidating. But I really feel like I'm gonna love this series. So I just need to dive into it. I also have Alone with You in the Ether by Olivia Blake. I don't know what this one's about. Are we surprised? I believe this is a adult contemporary romance, maybe a little bit more of like literary fiction. All I know is that I heard it's just really tragic and that you can relate to the characters really well. I saw a video where another booktuber was talking about it. Can't remember who, but I did see somebody talking about this, and the way they talked about it just made me know that I needed to read it. And then I have Last Violent Call by Chloe Gong, and I'm so happy. I love the Secret Shanghai series, and I want to read these two before I pick up Foul Lady Fortune. And just look at them! This is Benedict and Marshall.
Can I say, I'm in love with him.
Roma. We're all in love with Roma.
Like, I need to read that just because of that picture.
No, you need to read this because I told you to, actually. The two books in this are This Foul Murder and A Foul Thing, which I think I'm just gonna count as one for my reading goal because they are just really short. I think they're both 100 pages long. I'm just so happy that I got these. They've been on my wish list forever, and I saw them for the sale, and I was like, well, guess I know what I'm getting today. So these 5 books are the ones that I got kind of for my birthday present to myself. I'm really glad that I got all these, and I don't have any regret buying them. Some more books that I got this month. I only got these because it was my present to myself for my friendiversary with my amazing best friend slash roommate Laurel. But September 10th was our 1-year friendiversary, so we decided to go out of town and to a better town than the one we live in, and we got pizza and walked around the downtown area and went to a couple of bookstores, and it was just so fun. So I got some good books, and they were all pretty cheap. The most expensive one was $13 and the cheapest one was $3. I got this first book from this really cute bookstore, and I got Emma by Jane Austen, and I just, first of all, I love the Penguin classic paperback looks. Like, they're just so gorgeous. I've been wanting to get into some more classics recently, and I know I probably won't love classics as much as I will love my typical young adult, my new adult books, but it just sounded really good. I think Emma's like this matchmaker, and I just read the back and I saw the cover, and I just knew I had to get it and read it. And I feel like I'll like it. I really do feel like I'll like it. So this one is from a separate bookstore. These ones are all together. I got Felix Ever After by Kaysen Callender. This is just about this guy who's transgender, who's basically just like trying to find happiness in his own life. And it looks really good, and I had my eye on it for a while. I love the cover. I just can't wait to read it. I feel like, again, this is probably a little bit different than the books that I typically read. I don't know if this even is a romance or if it is more of a self-discovery journey. Might be a while before you get to that one, mainly because I am prioritizing fall books right now. I also have Darius the Great Is Not Okay by Adib Khorram. I remember seeing this book so long ago when I was like in my early high school days, and it always looked really good to me, but for whatever reason I was always reluctant to buy it because I was afraid I wouldn't like it. It was $3. So I finally saw it and I was like, I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna enjoy it, I think. And it's just once again about love and finding your culture and finding yourself. Again, kind of reminds me of Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. And then I got We Are Not Free by Tracy Chee. It's about these 14 Japanese American teenagers after the attack on Pearl Harbor. And so this one really is just about like identity and life and race and like such a hard time when you are a minority in America, especially during wartime, especially when this big thing just happened. So this one has won a couple of awards. I think I started reading it a really long time ago, like just like the beginning, and I really liked it. I know this one just has a lot of identity and familial themes to it, and I can't wait to read it. And the cover's so cool too. And then last from this chunk of the haul, I have The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. This one is about a midnight library. So it looks like each book in this midnight library contains a different life, like a different possible outcome. So kind of giving multiverse vibes of just you open a book and that's a possible direction your life could have taken. And it just sounds really good. It's gonna give me an existential crisis good. You know, I'm almost done. Now are the books that I didn't buy for myself. One of them I got. The other two were gifts. The angle changed. I dropped my camera. This next book is one that Penguin Teen sent me from Penguin Random House, and that is Nightbreaker by Coco Ma. This one came out on September 19th, so I guess it isn't really an advanced reader's copy, but they did send it to me kind of in advance, but they did send it to me to read and review, and I am looking forward to this because it just sounds so good. 15 years ago, the vanishing thrust Manhattan into darkness, forever changing the city that never sleeps. By day, resilient New Yorkers have adapted, clinging to the vestiges of their cosmopolitan lives. By night, well, you never go out at night unless you have a death wish, or unless you're Ray Reynolds. I think it's kind of like superhero dystopian. It looks so good. There's a tournament. Really, what else do you need to know? So I can't wait to read this one. This next one is a prize from a giveaway from Erin Booklore on Instagram. I won her giveaway and she sent me A Winter's Promise. I did previously have this book, however, they sent me the used version of it and I didn't like it, so I added it back onto my wish list so I can get the rest of the series in paperback. So I am so glad she sent this to me because Alyssa has been bugging me to read this for a very long time. And then last up for my not little book haul is I think my favorite book in this haul because it was sent to me by my roommate. She asked me what book I wanted most on my wish list and then sent it to me. I then proceeded to have a very bad week and got this book in the midst of the week, and it was just the highlight of my week. So she sent me Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, which is the sequel to The Naturals, which I loved. So isn't that just the sweetest? Those are all the books that I got in September. Now it is time for the books that I hope to read in October. So I do have the 4 books that I started in September that I do hope I get to finish this month. Not sure if I will. I do know I will finish Final Offer because I'm very close on that one. I hope I can finish Little Women, and I know I'm going to finish one of the books for school. So the books that I want to read in October are Killer Instinct by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Once again, this is the sequel to The Naturals. I think there's like a different killer at large that they're gonna solve, but also I think there are some things they have to wrap up from the last book or continue. I'm scared. Another book I would definitely want to get to is Nightbreaker by Coco Ma. And this one I'm definitely going to prioritize because they did send it to me. They sent me a physical copy, so I'm definitely going to prioritize and read it in October. Another one I want to read is The Midnight Library. I don't know, I feel like I get kind of fall vibes from this one. It's just it feels kind of academia-esque. I just get fall vibes from it. And then I also want to read The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. This one has just been on my radar for a very long time. I know I kind of talked about it in my books to read in fall video, but I'm definitely gonna get to it. I know I said I was gonna read this one in September. September was a rough month, so I'm pushing it to read this month. I'm finally gonna read One of Us is Back by Karen M. McManus. I can't wait to read it because I just can't wait to see where their lives are at. I'm not even really reading it for the plot. I'm reading it for the characters that I adore. And then, finally happening, I'm gonna read The Atlas 6 by Livy Blake. hopefully. It's just a very intimidating book, but it looks so good, and I've been getting the urge to read it. So I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna finally read it in October, hopefully. If not October, then November. I want to get to it this fall. I've been putting it off for way too long. It's been on my shelf for so long. So I'm gonna read it. 2 more books that are ARCs. One of them is being sent to me currently. If that one gets here in time for the end of October, I'll try and squeeze it in there. If not, then it may just be a November read. For the ebook I'm reading this month, it is going to be a advanced reader's copy. I am really hoping to read Heart Still Beating by Brooke Archer. I heard that this one is giving a YA sapphic version of The Last of Us, so I'm obviously gonna read it, and I really want to read it this month. I don't know if it's really giving fall vibes, but it's the sapphic version of The Last of Us, so why wouldn't I read it? And I have the advanced reader's copy, and I have a lot of ARCs right now I need to get through, so I'm really hoping to get to this one this month, and because it is on ebook, I'll have more opportunities to read it. And then I'm also gonna hopefully read Thin Air by Kelly M. Parker, which is another advanced reader's copy coming out in October, I believe. Guys, it sounds so good. So those are the books that I'm hoping to get to this month, chosen by me. Now, a fun surprise. So for a while, I've wanted to do one of those things where like my best friend chooses or my roommate chooses the books that I read for a month. However, I have a lot of books that I kind of like feel like I need to get to, that I really want to read and I need to get to. So I feel like I can't do that trend challenge right now. However, it is time for a special segment of a video which I think is going to become a regular, and that is my roommate chooses one book to add to my October TBR. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Ignore how horrible I look, please. Okay, have you not read this one?
I haven't read that one.
Haven't read this one. Have you not read this one?
Haven't read that one.
Okay, I'm thinking these 2 I want to look at, and also, and also maybe these 2. Like, I have to look and pick.
Okay.
Okay, so let me read these really quick. In any sense of the word. That's so cute. This is a book that I chose. It's called Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe.
So the book that the lovely Laurel chose was Last Night at the Telegraph Club by Melinda Lowe. This one takes place in the 1950s at a telegraph club, and it's sapphic. This is the final book going to my October TBR. Am I hoping a little bit too much out of myself? Maybe. That is my whole September reading wrap up, my September book haul, and my October hopefuls, because let's be real, it's probably more of a hopeful than a actual TBR. Thank you all so much for watching. Please let me know your thoughts, and once again, as always, please like, subscribe, and comment below. I hope you all have an amazing week, and I will see you all next time. Bye!